Hello everyone and welcome back to Xbox Nation. If you love saving big money on some incredible games, then you're in the right place. This week's Xbox midweek sale is packed with some incredible discounts. We're talking AAA blockbusters, must-play indie gems, and even brand new releases hitting their lowest prices ever. Don't forget, if you want a chance to win a free game, just drop a comment below telling me what you're playing on Xbox this week. Congratulations to last week's winner. It's great to see you join our Xbox community, and I do also have to agree that Gears 5 is such a phenomenal experience, and it's great to hear that you loved it. Just hit me up on our brand new Discord server with the link in the comments below, and I'll get that game right over to you. Now, with that out of the way, let's dive right into these must-buy discounts for this week. First up today, we have Cult of the Lamb, and it honestly is one of the most unique indie games out on the market. Combining roguelike dungeon crawling with a darkly comedic cult management simulator, it was easily one of my favourite indies over the past few years. You essentially play as a possessed lamb, saved from sacrifice by a mysterious deity, and now it's your ultimate job to build a devoted following, explore this dangerous land, and also take down some rival cult leaders. The gameplay is actually split into two parts though. In one half, you'll be going on a fast-paced roguelike dungeon run, battling through randomly generated areas, defeating heretics and gathering resources. In the other half though, you will be returning to your cult, where you'll be recruiting new followers, building structures, holding rituals and managing their faith. You can actually choose to be a benevolent leader or a ruthless dictator, making choices that shape how your cult worships you. With gorgeous hand-drawn visuals, addictive gameplay and a wicked sense of humour, Cult of the Lamb is an absolute must-play this week. At just £10.49 and 50% off, this is the lowest price it's ever been, making now the perfect time to jump in and start your own adorable yet sinister cult. Archvale is a top-down bullet hell RPG that actually blends fast arcade-style combat with deep exploration and progression. If you love games like the classic Zelda-style dungeons, but want that sort of fast, intense dodging and shooting of a bullet hell game, then this one will honestly be right up your alley. You will travel through a beautifully pixelated world, battling waves of enemies, dodging their intricate attack patterns, and upgrading your character with a huge variety of weapons and armor. The difficulty here is actually perfectly balanced though, offering a challenge without ever feeling unfair, and the combat stays engaging and satisfying all the way through. At just £5.99, this is honestly such a fantastic deal for this underrated gem, and it will keep you hooked for many hours. If you enjoy RPGs with tight skill-based combat, then Archvale is absolutely worth your time. Now, I have to say, Risk of Rain 2 is one of the best roguelike co-op experiences ever made, and I had such fun going through this game when I originally played it on Google Stadia. It actually takes the side-scrolling action of the original game and transformed it into a fully 3D fast-paced shooter, where you and your team must survive waves of increasingly difficult enemies on a mysterious, ever-changing alien planet. Every single run in this game is incredibly different. You will start off very weak, but as you find randomly generated items, you'll build insanely overpowered combos that can completely change the way that you play. Whether it's stacking speed boosts to just outrun the enemies, gaining absurd amounts of health regeneration, or just turning every shot into a devastating explosion, the fun is in discovering just how broken your build can actually become. It's even better though in the 4-player co-op, where you and your friends can create synergized builds that lead to just absolute chaos. At 75% off and at just £4.99, this is the lowest price we've ever seen in quite some while, making it such an essential pickup for roguelike and co-op fans. Overcooked All You Can Eat is the ultimate version of the beloved co-op cooking game, bundling Overcooked 1 and 2 plus all the DLC into a fully remastered package with new levels, updated visuals and online multiplayer. At just £10.49, this is actually a massive deal this week, especially since you're getting both games in one, so if you love light-hearted co-op chaos, then this is a must-have for your game nights. If you've never played Overcooked before, this is essentially a chaotic, fast-paced party game where you and your friends must prepare and serve meals under increasingly ridiculous conditions. That could be anywhere from cooking it on a moving pirate ship, dodging fire hazards in a volcano, or just navigating a haunted kitchen. Things do spiral into hilarious mayhem pretty fast. The game is really designed here though to test your teamwork and patience, as you scramble to chop up ingredients, cook your meals and wash dishes, and also deal with the kitchen disasters. You all have to do that under a tight time limit. It's one of the best party games ever made, and like I said, it's perfect for family, friends, or even just some online co-op. Predator Hunting Grounds is a multiplayer asymmetric shooter where one player takes on the role of the iconic Predator, while the rest of the players play as an elite fire team of soldiers trying to complete objectives and survive the hunt. It really is an intense game of cat and mouse, as the Predator will use thermal vision, cloaking and deadly alien weaponry to stalk and eliminate its prey. Whilst doing that, the fire team must work together, use heavy firepower and also extract before they're all wiped out. This game was actually quite recently brought out on Xbox, so it's well worth diving into, especially at 35% off and just at £10.88. What really makes this game stand out though is the attention to detail, really capturing the look and feel and sounds of the original Predator movies. The jungle environments are incredibly dense and immersive, and playing as the Predator is honestly such an absolute power trip, letting you leap through trees, set traps, and unleash some devastating plasma cannon shots. The fireteam gameplay on the other hand feels like a tactical FPS, requiring coordination just to survive and escape before they become trophies. As I mentioned, this is such a great game, so if you love asymmetrical multiplayer games like Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th, then this one's definitely worth checking out. Keeping in that multiplayer realm, we have Killer Klowns from Outer Space, and this game is a wild asymmetrical horror experience based on the cult classic 1988 film. Again, if you loved games like Dead by Daylight, you will absolutely love this one, as it delivers a fresh, chaotic take on the genre with a very unique 3 versus 7 format. Playing as the Killer Klowns, you'll be using wacky, terrifying alien technology to trap and harvest humans, basically turning the once laughable movie villains into genuinely nightmarish hunters. The humans, on the other hand, must scavenge, hide, and escape from the clown invasion, while working together to avoid a grisly fate inside the alien circuit spaceship. The variety of abilities, bizarre weaponry, and massive open-ended maps make every match in this game feel unpredictable and fun, giving this game a unique identity amongst other multiplayer horror titles. At 50% off, this is the best price since its launch, making now the perfect time to jump in and experience the madness. Whether you're a fan of horror movies, horror multiplayer games, or just want something totally different, then this one is absolutely worth picking up. We Were Here Forever is one of the best puzzle co-op games out there, and it really has gone under the radar. It really requires communication, teamwork, and problem solving, as you and also a partner will try to escape a mysterious frozen castle filled with some pretty mind-boggling challenges. If you've ever played the previous games in the We Were Here series, this entry really ups the stakes, with more complex puzzles, deeper lore, and an eerie immersive atmosphere that keeps you hooked from start to finish. Unlike typical co-op games where you're both doing the same task, this one actually forces each player to solve different parts of a puzzle while relying on limited communication tools, making teamwork absolutely essential. Every puzzle really feels like a test of intelligence and trust, making for such an amazing, rewarding experience, especially when you finally crack a tough challenge. At £7.49 and 50% off this week, this is its lowest price point ever, making it such a no-brainer for anyone who loves co-op-based puzzle adventures. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice is one of the most critically acclaimed action-adventure games ever made, bringing From Software's signature challenge into a fast-paced samurai setting. Unlike games like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, Sekiro actually focuses on precision swordplay, brutal counterattacks, and split-second reflexes, offering some of the most rewarding combat in gaming history. In this game, you'll be playing as Wolf, a deadly shinobi warrior seeking revenge in a beautiful yet unforgiving world inspired by late 1500s Japan. The intense one-on-one duels, incredibly satisfying parry system, and stunning level design make every single encounter feel like a cinematic battle. This Game of the Year edition also includes some additional boss challenges, some new cosmetics, and expanded gameplay modes, making it honestly the most definitive version of an already masterful game. Again, at £29.99, this is one of the best deals on a true masterpiece, and if you haven't played it yet, now's the perfect time to do so. It will definitely test your skills in one of the most challenging but rewarding games just ever made. Now, the Outlast Trials takes the horrifying survival gameplay of the Outlast series and actually transforms it into a terrifying multiplayer co-op experience. Set during the Cold War era, you and your team will play as unwilling test subjects in a disturbing government-run psychological experiment where your only goal is to survive and escape. Unlike other previous Outlast games which were strictly single-player, this one actually introduces team-based survival horror, forcing you to work together in a face of overwhelming terror. You'll need to solve puzzles, hide from some pretty grotesque enemies, and manage limited resources, all whilst navigating gruesome, unpredictable trials that will push your sanity to the limit. At £12.79, this is an absolute incredible deal for one of the most intense horror experiences of the last years. If you're a fan of terrifying, adrenaline-fueled multiplayer games, the Outlast Trials is a must-play. At 70% off this week, Enter the Gungeon is one of the best roguelike shooters ever made, blending fast-paced twin-stick combat, randomized dungeons, and an absurd arsenal of crazy weapons. The game's gun-themed universe is both hilarious and incredibly polished, throwing you into bullet hell chaos with insanely creative power-ups, some pretty cool and unique enemies, and explosive action at every single turn. Every single run is completely different, as the Gungeon shifts and evolves, forcing you to adapt to new enemy patterns, layouts, and loot drops. Whether you're blasting enemies with a rainbow laser, a gun that actually shoots sharks, or a literal lowercase r that fires the word bullets, the sheer variety keeps things fresh and exciting. The co-op mode also makes it just so much much more fun, allowing you to team up with a friend for even more ridiculous high energy action. This is one of the best deals for a game that offers endless replayability, and if you love high challenging, high energy roguelikes, then Enter the Gungeon is an absolute steal. I think this week is easily one of the best weeks for asymmetric multiplayer horror games. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is again a brutal, heart-pounding multiplayer horror game, putting you in the terrifying world of one of the most infamous slasher films of all time. This experience actually lets you play as either killers or the victims, leading to tense, unpredictable matches where every single second counts. As a victim, you'll need to sneak, hide, and outwit your pursuers, use the environment to avoid being caught and butchered by Leatherface and his family. As the killer, you'll be taking part of the terrifying team of murderers, each with unique abilities to help you track, trap, and eliminate the survivors before they escape. The game's attention to detail here is astonishing, recreating the look and feel of the 1974 horror classic, complete with the authentic locations, eerie sound design, and truly disturbing kills. At 50% off, this is the best price for this game that we've ever seen, making it a perfect pick for horror fans, especially if you love asymmetrical multiplayer experiences like Dead by Daylight. Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy is the ultimate package of fans of action-adventure games, bundling all three of Lara Croft's modern origin story games from the Tomb Raider 2013 release, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and also Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and it puts it all into one massive collection. You can actually grab this one at 70% off this week at just £13.49, and this is an insane deal for three massive AAA games. Each of these games actually follows Lara's transformation from a young, inexperienced explorer to the legendary adventure that we know and love today, featuring tons of stunning environments, intense combat, and just cinematic storytelling. The first game will introduce you to a gritty survival experience where Lara is stranded on a dangerous island, forced to scavenge for resources and fight some pretty ruthless mercenaries. Rise of the Tomb Raider actually expands on this with a larger, semi-open world, deeper RPG mechanics, and improved stealth and combat, while then Shadow of the Tomb Raider really delivers stunning visuals, thrilling tombs for you to explore, and a darker and more mature story. As I said, it makes it such a must-buy for fans this week, especially if you're a fan of Uncharted or Assassin's Creed games, or just anyone who loves epic adventures. I have to say, from my own personal experience of playing all three games, it's one is an absolute must-buy. Valheim is a brutal Viking survival game that blends exploration, crafting, and intense combat into a massive procedurally generated world. Whether you're building a settlement, or if you just want to sail across stormy seas, or even if you want to actually go ahead and battle some big mythical creatures, Valheim keeps every playthrough fresh, unpredictable, and very rewarding. The game thrives though in its co-op element, where you and your friends can actually team up to construct some massive fortresses, take down some legendary bosses together, and also uncover some hidden secrets across a vast handcrafted biomes. Combat is very weighty as well, and also pretty skill-based, requiring timing and strategy, while the building system also allows for some incredible creativity. I've seen people create anything from a simple Viking hut to just an enormous fortress on a mountain. At £7.74, this is one of the best survival games out on the market, and if you love open world exploration, crafting, and Norse mythology, then this one will be a must-play for you this week. It was originally on Xbox Game Pass, so if you missed out on playing it at the time before it got removed, now's the time to do so. If you haven't played this next game, then I highly recommend that you pick it up in a sale. Blasphemous 2 is a gorgeous, brutal Metroidvania that builds on everything great about the original entry by offering faster combat, deeper exploration, and an even darker world. You will once again play as the Penitent One, wielding three distinct weapons, each with their own unique mechanics and playstyles, making combat more fluid and dynamic than ever before. I have to say, the first game was easily one of my best indie games that I've ever come to experience, really, so the second game is well worth your time if you haven't played it already. The world here is just stunningly crafted, featuring hauntingly detailed pixel art, grotesque enemy designs, and some eerie atmospheric music that perfectly captures this unsettling tone. The non-linear level design also rewards your exploration, and the challenging boss fights will put your skills really to the test in some of the most intense battles in Metroidvania history. At 50% off, this is the lowest price the game has ever been to this point, making it the perfect time to jump into this brutal atmospheric masterpiece. Again, if you've never played Blasphemous before, it's definitely a take of sort of Hollow Knight and Dark Souls or Castlevania kind of all in one package, so it's definitely worth diving into if you're a fan of those experiences. I have to say, Deep Rock Galactic is one of the best co-op shooters that's ever been made, blending procedurally generated caves, teamwork-based mining missions, and intense alien combat into a unique, endlessly replayable experience. In this game, you and up to 3 friends will play as space dwarves, diving into underground caverns to mine rare resources, complete dangerous objectives, and fight off swarms of alien creatures. Every single mission in this game is randomly generated though, making every run feel fresh and unpredictable. The game also features 4 unique and pretty cool classes, each with their own distinct playstyles, from Gunner, Scout, Driller, and Engineer, allowing for deep team synergy and tactical gameplay. This Ultimate Edition also includes all of the extra DLC and bonus content, making this the best version of the game to own. At 67% off, this is the lowest price of this edition that it's ever been before, making it such a no-brainer for anyone who loves intense co-op-focused shooters. This week at just £9.44, this is the lowest price that Moonglow Bay has ever been, making it such a fantastic pick for fans of Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, or just anyone looking for a relaxing indie gem. It really is a hidden one and it's well worth diving into. Essentially, it's a beautifully relaxing indie game that actually combines slice-of-life storytelling, fishing mechanics, and town-building elements, and it puts it all into a wholesome but yet charming experience. You will play as a fisher, trying to restore their struggling seaside town, gradually improving relationships, unlocking new fishing techniques, and revitalizing the economy through your hard work. The game actually features a beautiful and unique box art pixel style that makes the world feel cozy and vibrant, while the fishing mechanics are deep yet accessible. It allows you to catch, cook, and sell fish just to improve the town. You can play this experience in either solo or in co-op, making it such a great game for winding down and enjoying a laid-back experience. A final game and an indie experience that I wanted to highlight in this sale this week is for CONSCRIPT. It's a World War I survival horror game that delivers a classic Resident Evil style experience, but with historical wartime horror. It's actually set in 1916 during the Battle of Verdun, and you will play as a French soldier searching for his missing brother, navigating deadly trenches, scavenging for resources, and facing brutal enemies in a hauntingly realistic war-torn setting. The game features some pretty cool fixed camera angles, puzzle solving, limited ammo, and intense enemy encounters, really staying true to the old school survival horror formula that we know and love. The historically accurate setting and oppressive atmosphere make it such a standout from other horror games, creating a truly unique, terrifying experience. This deluxe edition also includes some extra content and bonus survival challenges, making it the best way to experience this harrowing World War I nightmare. It is just under 20 quid this week, and it's a great deal for survival horror game with some truly unique premise. So, what game interests you in this sale for this week? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, while you're here, to also like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more Xbox content every single day. Also remember to leave a comment below letting me know what you're playing on Xbox this week, as that does enter you into our free game giveaway where we do host in these sales videos every single week. I also did want to give a big shout out to our channel members, and if you want to join for as little as £2.99 for exclusive perks, discounts, and so much more, then click the join button down below. Whilst here, why don't you check out my most recent video as I covered the 15 best survival games that you can play on Xbox Game Pass in 2025.